36 years ago, a low-budget movie made for $2.5 million walked into theaters and quietly changed American cinema forever. This video has 15 revelations about House Party that'll make you see the whole thing differently. The casting decisions that rewrote Hollywood history, the behind-the-scenes chaos nobody planned for, and the legacy that took 3 decades to get the recognition it always deserved. And stick around for the bonus at the end, because 2 rappers from New York did something in 1990 that nobody in the industry ever talks about. So speed up with me, because the list starts now. Number 1, the movie started as a Harvard thesis. Before the House Party, there was a dorm room. Before the dorm room, there was a Luther Vandross song on the radio. That's genuinely how this whole thing began. The year was 1983. Reginald Hudlin was a senior at Harvard University. He needed a thesis project. One night, a track on the radio stopped him cold. Instead of thinking music video, he thought bigger. He sat down that same night and wrote 20 pages. A 16-year-old kid sneaks out to go to a party against his father's wishes. Simple premise, universal stakes. The short film won first place at the Black American Cinema Society Awards and earned a Regional Student Academy Award. For a thesis project shot on next to nothing, that was serious industry validation. In 1987, the Hudlin brothers brought a feature-length screenplay to New Line Cinema. The studio passed, but executive Janet Grillo saw something. When New Line shifted its mandate in late 1988 to include more diverse films, she pushed House Party into development. A Harvard thesis became a $2.5 million production. 4 years, 2 awards, 1 pass, 1 believer. Sometimes the long shot pays off completely. Number 2, Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff passed on the leads. Here's the twist nobody saw coming. House Party wasn't written for Kid and Play. It was written for someone who would later become one of the biggest movie stars on the planet. Before Independence Day, before Men in Black, Will Smith was supposed to play Kid. New Line wanted DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince because they had leverage. In 1988, the duo released a track inspired by the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise without clearing the rights. New Line owned that franchise. Lawyers got involved. The settlement allegedly required Smith and Jeff to appear in a New Line production. House Party was what the studio had in mind, but Reginald Hudlin refused to cast anyone under legal duress. If they didn't want to be there, he didn't want them. Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince passed. Their manager, Herbie Lovebug Azor, had another duo in mind. 2 guys from Queens with energy that filled a room. Kid and Play walked through the door Will Smith left open. As you'll hear in a moment, Kid and Play then left open an even bigger door themselves. If you are enjoying this, take 2 seconds and leave a like. Subscribe if you want more videos like this. That support really motivates my work and helps a lot with bringing more content. Number 3, Kid and Play passed on the show that became Fresh Prince. This is one of the most jaw-dropping chain reactions in Hollywood history. Stay with it, because the domino effect here is almost too ridiculous to be real. House Party opened in March 1990 and grossed over $26 million against a $2.5 million budget. Every network wanted a piece. NBC came with a sitcom deal, a primetime slot built around Kid and Play's chemistry, a sure thing by every measure. They passed. The reason is almost unbelievable. Before the sitcom offer, NBC had already given the duo a Saturday morning animated series. 13 episodes in, NBC canceled it. Kid and Play were furious. So when the sitcom landed on the table, they walked out of spite. Kid later admitted it was a mistake. He said they were pissed off. They figured they were not working with that network again. NBC gave the show to a rapper from West Philadelphia. The series became The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, 6 seasons, 148 episodes. The launch pad for one of the most dominant film careers Hollywood has ever seen. Kid and Play chose Pride over the deal. Will Smith chose Bel-Air. 1 movie, 2 massive dominoes, and one of the great what-if scenarios in entertainment history. Years later, Kid joked that he never saw Will Smith anywhere anymore. The delivery was perfect. Number 4, Robin Harris died 9 days after the film opened. Robin Harris played Pop, Kid's father, the man who delivered every threat with the precision of a surgeon. He was 36 years old and on the absolute rise. His Babes Kids comedy routine was already legendary on the circuit. House Party was his mainstream breakout. The film opened on March 9, 1990. 9 days later, Robin Harris was dead. March 18th, Chicago, the Four Seasons Hotel. Harris had just finished a sold-out show at the Regal Theater. His brother found him unresponsive the next morning, cardiac arrhythmia, gone at 36. His wife was pregnant. Robin Harris Jr. was born 6 months after his father's death. He never met the man who made millions laugh. Spike Lee dedicated Mo Better Blues to his memory. The Hudlin brothers honored him in 1992 by producing Baby's Kids as an animated feature. Faizon Love voiced the Harris character. The routine became a movie. The legacy lived on, but the loss was permanent. Comedy lost a giant before the world had fully learned his name. Number 5. Harris's script pages just said pop, no dialogue. Here's something that tells you everything about how this movie was made and why it still feels alive. Reginald Hudlin trusted Robin Harris so completely that he didn't write him a single line. The script pages for Pop contained one thing: his name. No spoken words, no stage directions, nothing. Harris was expected to fill the silence himself, be fine of full force. Remembered the confusion on set. He said it just had Harris's name, no lines. And he remembers thinking, what is he going to say? Hudlin would just laugh and say they would see. They saw. Every take, Harris delivered something different. Every take, it worked. The threats, the lectures, the pure exasperation of a father who cannot believe his son's audacity, all improvised, all perfect. John Witherspoon got the same treatment. Hudlin held open rehearsals where the cast could riff freely. The best material went into the shooting script. That's why House Party feels alive. The comedy isn't written, it's discovered. Harris and Witherspoon weren't performing lines. They were channeling every black father who ever waited up past midnight for their kid to come through the door. You can't write that authenticity. You can only cast it. Number 6. Martin Lawrence met Tisha Campbell on set. Martin Lawrence walked into House Party with one credit to his name, a blink-and-miss-it role in Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing. House Party gave him room to breathe. He played Bilal, the reluctant DJ. Lawrence brought the frustration and comedic timing that would define his entire career. You can see it forming in real time. Tisha Campbell played Sydney, the confident love interest who challenges Kid rather than just falling for him. Warmth and edge in equal measure. They met on set. 2 young actors figuring out who they were going to become. 2 years later, Fox launched Martin. Lawrence played a Detroit radio host. Campbell played his girlfriend Gina. The show ran 5 seasons and 132 episodes, becoming one of the defining black sitcoms of the 90s. Cultural phrases entered the American vocabulary because of it. The chemistry that made Martin work was forged right here on a low-budget teen comedy in 1990. House Party was the audition. The sitcom was the payoff. Number 7, the film opened number 3 with no real marketing. House Party had no franchise, no stars, no safety net. Just 2 rappers, a first-time director, and a premise about a teenager trying to get to a party. Opening weekend was March 9th, 1990. 520 screens. Not wide release targeted, urban markets, cities where hip-hop was already thriving. The result was $4.6 million in 3 days, almost $9,000 per screen average. Number 3 at the box office. A teen comedy competing with studio productions that cost 10 times as much. The film stayed in the top 10 for 4 straight weeks, expanded to 700 screens, and finished with over 26 million domestically. Then came VHS, cable, BET in heavy rotation. A whole generation discovered it on the living room couch. Hollywood noticed. New Jack City came the next year, then Boys and the Hood, then Jungle Fever. House Party didn't just make money, it opened doors. Before we keep going, subscribe if you haven't yet. Drop a comment telling me which movie or show you want me to cover next with strange behind-the-scenes facts. I read every single one. Number 8, the iconic dance-off song wasn't on the official soundtrack, The Kitchen Dance Battle. Kid and Play versus Sydney and Shireen. Pure choreography, pure energy. The song driving that whole sequence is Ain't My Type of Hype by Full Force, the track everyone remembers. The beat that launched 1,000 wedding reception imitations. Here's the problem. It's not on the official soundtrack album. Full Force finished the song after the soundtrack was already packaged and sent to pressing. The timing didn't line up. So the most memorable musical moment in the film exists only inside the film itself, not on the album fans bought to relive the experience. It didn't matter. The song became one of Full Force's biggest hits anyway. The movie did all the marketing. Every time someone watched House Party, they heard that track. Every time they couldn't find it on the soundtrack, they bought the Full Force album instead. Accidental genius. The song that wasn't on the soundtrack became famous because of the film through a completely unplanned chain of events. There's a lesson in there about how culture actually spreads. Number 9, Full Force rewrote their own villain characters, Stab, Pee-wee, and Zilla. The 3 bullies who terrorize Kid throughout the film were played by Paul Anthony, Bow-Legged Lou, and B. Fine, the members of Full Force. Before House Party, they were primarily producers and songwriters. Lisa, UTFO, James Brown, studio guys with real credibility, not actors. Hudlin cast them anyway, then let them rewrite their own characters. The original script had the trio as straight villains, menacing, one-dimensional. Full Force pushed back. They wanted comedy and personality. During rehearsals, they improvised bits, added jokes, created layered moments the script never had. Hudlin put the best material directly into the shooting script. B. Fine gave Hudlin full credit afterward. He said Hudlin was like a great coach who knew when to let his players freestyle and when to pull them back. The bullies became fan favorites. Not despite being funny, but because of it. That's the whole philosophy of House Party in one example. Trust your people, let them create, shape what emerges. Number 10, Kid and Play didn't get paid much for the film that made them stars. The movie made $26 million. Kid and Play didn't see most of it. Kid broke it down years later with the clarity of someone who has fully processed a hard lesson. The budget was $2.5 million. The director was a first-timer, the leads were first-timers, and nobody knew if it would work. The contracts reflected the risk. Kid confirmed the pay was modest, regular Friday paychecks during production, nothing life-changing. The studio didn't expect the film to explode, so there were no sequel options, no back-end deals, no guarantees. Just flat payments for work that could easily have disappeared. Then House Party became a phenomenon. When sequel negotiations started, Kid and Play had leveraged the original contract never anticipated. Kid described it simply: they leveraged the studio in reverse. House Party 2 came with real money, House Party 3 even more. The franchise belonged to them now, but that first check, the one for the film that started everything, never matched what it built. Welcome to the entertainment industry, where the people who take the risk rarely collect the full reward. Number 11. The Hudlin brothers played the burglars in their own movie directors love cameos. Hitchcock built it into an art form. The Hudlin brothers did it too, and made sure to look completely ridiculous in the process. There's a quick scene where 2 burglars try to break into a house and immediately get chased out by a dog. Those burglars are Reginald and Warrington Hudlin, director and producer, running for their lives from a dog they almost certainly hired themselves. No dialogue, no close-ups, just 2 brothers getting humiliated on screen in their own movie. But here's the thing, they earned it. Warrington went to Yale, Reginald went to Harvard. In 1979, Warrington founded the Black Filmmaker Foundation in New York City, dedicated to fostering independent black cinema when Hollywood had no infrastructure for it. The BFF helped distribute early work by Spike Lee, Charles Burnett, and Julie Dash, before those names meant what they later meant. The foundation was building infrastructure for a movement that didn't fully exist yet. House Party was the payoff for a decade of that work. 2 brothers from East St. Louis running from a dog in their own film. They earned every second. Number 12. The film won awards at Sundance before it even opened. House Party premiered at the Sundance Film Festival on January 20th, 1990, 7 full weeks before it opened in theaters. The festival responded immediately. Peter Deming won the Cinematography Award for capturing something genuinely alive. The energy of a real party, the tension of a teenager one step ahead of everyone chasing him, a community that felt authentic. Reginald Hudlin won the Filmmakers Trophy, a first-time feature director. A Harvard thesis expanded into something fully realized. Sex, Lies, and Videotape had won the year before, and Steven Soderbergh went from unknown to auteur almost overnight. House Party followed that template. Critical validation first, commercial success second, Roger Ebert gave it 3 out of 4 stars, praising the energy and wall-to-wall music. Critics who might have dismissed a hip-hop teen comedy gave it a genuine chance because Sundance had already told them to pay attention. That credibility mattered enormously for a film with almost no marketing budget. Quick reminder to subscribe if you are enjoying these revelations. And tell me in the comments, do you know any strange fact about this movie that I didn't mention? Let's build the list together. Number 13. The cast was way too old to be in high school. Nobody in House Party was actually a teenager, not even close. Kid was 25, playing a high schooler worried about curfew. Play was 27. Martin Lawrence was 24. These weren't fresh-faced kids sneaking out to a party. These were grown adults in their mid to late 20s, pretending to stress about their parents. Hollywood does this constantly, but House Party pushed it further than most. The performances were so natural, the energy so convincing that audiences never questioned it once. Then there's Robin Harris. He played Pop, Kid's terrifying father. Harris was 36, only 11 years older than the actor playing his son. In real life, that's an older brother, not a father who has been setting curfews for 16 years. Harris made it work through sheer force of delivery and the kind of authority that has nothing to do with actual age. When he threatened consequences, you believed every word. Nobody checked IDs at this party. Good thing, half the cast would have been turned away for being too old to be there. Number 14, Witherspoon and Bebe Drake played a couple in 2 different films. House Party gave John Witherspoon a small but utterly memorable role as a neighbor driven half crazy by the noise next door, a bit part on paper, a scene stealer on screen. 2 years later, Reginald Hudlin was making Boomerang, the 1992 Eddie Murphy romantic comedy with one of the deepest ensemble casts of the decade. He brought Witherspoon with him. Alongside Bebe Drake, who had also appeared in House Party, Witherspoon was cast as Mr. Jackson. Drake played Mrs. Jackson, husband and wife, parents of David Alan Grier's character. The Thanksgiving dinner scene they anchored became one of the most discussed moments in the film. Witherspoon improvised extensively and chose his own wardrobe. His scenes weren't in the original cut. Eddie Murphy watched the raw footage personally and demanded they be added back before release. Same duo, same director, different movie, somehow even funnier. Hudlin knew what Witherspoon could do and built space for it twice. The audience was better off both times, almost at the end, and the best is still coming. Subscribe so you don't miss what's next, and drop your city or country in the comments. I want to see how far this video is reaching. Number 15, the film entered the National Film Registry and got the Criterion treatment. In December 2022, the Library of Congress added House Party to the National Film Registry. Films preserved forever as culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. Same year as Iron Man, Carrie, and The Little Mermaid. A $2.5 million teen comedy now sits permanently alongside the most important films in American history. The recognition was overdue by a decade. House Party shifted culture. It brought black teenagers to the mainstream of American film. It proved hip-hop could carry a movie. It launched careers and opened doors that an entire generation of filmmakers walked through. Then came Criterion. In January 2026, the Criterion Collection released a 4K restoration supervised by Peter Deming and approved by Reginald Hudlin. The same company that preserves Kurosawa and Bergman now preserves Kid and Play. The release includes the original 1983 Harvard thesis short film, A New Conversation with the Hudlin Brothers, and a cast reunion featuring Full Force, Tisha Campbell, A.J. Johnson, Christopher Martin, Daryl Chill Mitchell, and Christopher Reed. 36 years after Sundance, House Party is canon. Not nostalgia, not a cult classic, American cinema, archived forever. Bonus: First Rapper's Saturday morning cartoon and a Marvel comic book. Nobody talks about this. Almost nobody, and it might be the wildest fact in this entire list. House Party didn't just make Kid and Play famous, it made them a franchise. 6 months after the film hit theaters, NBC greenlit an animated series. Kid and Play premiered on September 8, 1990, making them the first rappers in history to have a Saturday morning cartoon on a major network before MC Hammer, before anybody. Marvel Productions and Saban Entertainment handled the animation. The real Kid and Play appeared in live-action wraparound segments. Voice actors played the animated counterparts. Martin Lawrence voiced their manager Herbie in the series. The show leaned hard into positive role models, essentially hip-hop Fat Albert for a new generation. The The series ran 13 episodes before NBC canceled it. That cancellation, as you heard earlier, is exactly what caused Kid and Play to turn down the Fresh Prince sitcom out of anger. The domino effect traces all the way back to the cartoon. Then came the comic books. In 1992, Marvel Comics published a 9-issue Kid and Play series based on the animated show. Written by Dwayne Coy with art by Chuck Frazier. 2 rappers from Queens, sharing shelf space with Spider-Man and the X-Men. 1 movie, 1 cartoon, 9 comic books. A Saturday Morning Legacy, a Marvel Comics series. House Party turned 2 performers into a full multimedia empire. 2 full years before Will Smith became the Fresh Prince. The movie Will Smith left, the show Kid and Play walked away from, none of it diminishes what House Party actually built. It built something that historians and archivists are still unpacking today, and those were 15 strange facts about House Party. This film matters more than most people give it credit for, not because of nostalgia, and not just because of the laughs, but because it genuinely changed what Hollywood thought was possible. A low-budget black film with no stars and no safety net outperformed everything around it and reshaped a decade of American cinema. If you made it this far, leave a like, subscribe, and drop a comment with the fact that surprised you the most. And don't forget to suggest another movie that deserves a list of strange facts. See you in the next video.